Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I got Dawn with me today as my co-host, and then I got Miss Kelly Jean. And so here we go.
The motherfucking Loud Spot.
All right, before we get this show started, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to all platforms and find our podcast, download, subscribe, whatever you can do to listen to it. We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, Kelly Jean, I have known her since, I don't know, 7th grade. Did you go to Vacapina?
I did, yeah.
Yes, 7th grade. That is crazy, a long time. And I didn't even know back then that you were into music. Like, I didn't know that till, I guess, high school or something, right? So take us to when you first started playing music.
I first started playing music. I think I wrote my first song when I was 5. And it was this like little ditty that I was a little girl lost in Russia. And I had no company. Wouldn't somebody come find me or something like that? And then the second verse was, I was a little girl lost in New York.
Wow.
I know. I was really original.
Did your mom save it? Like, do you still have it?
I do somewhere. My grandfather, I had like written down the lyrics and like taped it up on their basement door, and my grandfather saved it and he gave it to me recently, but I was looking for it when I was trying to find all this stuff to gather a whole bunch of documents. It's like, I need that. I couldn't find it. I don't know, but I also wrote little songs about everything growing up. Everything was a song. But I started playing piano in 6th grade. And
yeah, that's a good age to start too, because you're not too young. You're able to kind of grasp what you're doing. My daughter had piano lessons, I think when she was like 5 or 6. And you only take when you're that young. So I think 6th grade is the perfect time to start learning. Do you still play piano?
I do, actually. I've got one right here. And I like when I get really stoned, I'll just like, I don't want to play the guitar anymore. I'm going to sit down on the piano and I just mess around for a while. It has a totally different vibe to it than the guitar when I play. So it's reserved for very special, emotional, sad songs.
Well, at 5 years old, writing music already, it really touched you at an early age. And your imagination being lost here and there, that's wild.
I know. I actually, in 5th grade, I wrote a story just randomly. My parents had found a typewriter, or they had one, and I was like, oh, let me play with that. And I typed up a story about a little girl who had MS, and I won a creative writing award or something like that. It wasn't a project or anything like that. I just have always written.
Wow.
And I've always had a super overactive imagination, which I now know is because of my ADHD. But like back then, I had no idea why my brain was going crazy. But
that's really incredible.
Yeah.
I accept my ADHD and I put it on a podcast.
Is that what you do?
And I gotta say, and I don't remember saying this, and I'm going to apologize to Kelly, because in high school, was it high school or like after high school?
It was right after high school.
What did I say to you specifically? Like, and I can't believe you remember this.
You want the story?
I don't.
Okay, so we were at somebody's house in Dixon, and it was a group of us. I think Evan was there as well, and I think maybe Travis was there. And there was a shed in the back, and there was like an air mattress and an electric guitar. And I just sat down and I was playing it, strumming it, full strums like I did at that time. And you came in and you're sitting down, you're listening, you're like, yeah, you don't know how to play the electric guitar.
Why would I say that?
Because I mean, I didn't play it like a solo, right? Like I don't know how to do lead guitar at all like that. I'm totally just rhythm guitar, finger picking.
Sebastian, was you being a dick?
I know.
I'm gonna tell you, Sebastian, like that affected me for such a long time, just because I was like, oh, somebody told me I can't do that. And instead of using that and like, fuck you, I can do this. Watch me. I'm gonna learn how to play the guitar. I mean, I did learn how to play the guitar, just not the electric. I have one, but I still don't play it.
So it worked out because now, like, you're like, fuck you, dude. I want to show you. And you're making great music now. So I am so sorry I said that. It kind of worked out, I guess, because you want to prove people wrong. And so I'm happy that you did. And I don't know what was wrong with me. I still don't know what's wrong with me sometimes.
We were all douchebags back then.
Yeah,
so, you know,
well, if it helps any, he's really cool now. Don't let the asshole vibes he throws out there fool you. He's really a softie.
I'm sure.
I had to grow into it a little bit. So you have a campaign right now. You have is the single, which I love the name of the song. It's to all my bad Tinder dates. That's such a good name. Is that out like on Spotify already and Apple? No, not yet.
Not yet. So the can I just like tell you about it? So
no, you're not allowed to tell me about anything you do. Of course you can. Yes.
Shut up, Sebastian.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna like ask me questions or something. So I was like,
go.
So anyway, I got a message one day and it was this girl saying, "Hey, we've got this really cool thing that we do. I think that you would be a great fit for it. You should apply." And I was like, "Okay, what is this?" So I went to the website. And the very first thing I saw was that it was very professional looking, the website specifically. And they do this really cool thing where they will ship all of the equipment that you need to record yourself if you don't have it already to your house. They help you with running a crowdfunding campaign from start to finish. I mean, I had like a whole month of pre-campaign work that I had to do, gathering network. Like I had to come up with a list of people in my network that I'd feel comfortable saying, "Hey, would you give me a couple bucks for some music?" I had to get email addresses, phone numbers. I have to send out messages. I had to get photos done. I had to do pre-production on the single. And then, so I was able to cover the costs of the single on my own.
Okay.
And so what they do is they take the single and they put it on the campaign page. So everybody is directed to the page to listen. And then once the campaign ends in 25 days, they are going to they'll give me the single and I can do what I want with it. And I can put it up on the streaming platforms then. And then
we're gonna stream it now. We're gonna play. We're gonna play it. So hopefully,
awesome.
And we do air on Radical Online Radio as well, so you will get airtime on the radio.
Ooh, I love that. That's awesome. Great little surprise for me. So anyway, then once the campaign is finished, we'll figure out how much money I was able to raise, and with that amount, we will be able to record the rest of the songs that I want to do. So if I'm able to get to 10,000, I'll be able to record another 4 songs.
Okay. Right now you're at 4,200, I think, right?
Yeah.
You're like halfway there. That's awesome.
Almost halfway.
Yeah, almost.
25 more days. So I'm like really hoping to get out there and promote it some more. I actually played my first show with the band last night, and I got so much great feedback.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I haven't played that song live with a band before, and it really just adds so much to it.
Is the band that you have now, are they like going to be your regular band? Like hypothetically, you go on tour, right? You start playing shows outside of the Sacramento area. Are these people going to be the ones that go with you, or is this going to be like band, like just hire people to come on? Have you thought about that at all?
I asked my drummer if he would be able to tour with me, and he was like, "No, I won't. I'd have to quit my job, and I'd have to, do that." And the guy that plays bass for me has his own band, so he's like, "I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to make it on my own." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't look like me, Daryl." I'm kidding. He's super, super talented. He's got so much charisma and outgoing energy. He's going to do fine. But more than likely, if I do tour, I'm probably going to have to get like a set group of musicians.
Yeah. And you can hire, it's harder the older you get. Like, when we're all younger, like I used to, remember me and Evan used to play in a rock band and stuff like that. And it's when you're younger, it's so much easier to just pick up and go on the road and with whatever little money you have, and hopefully just pay for your gas and food. And as you get older, life kind of hits you in the face, and it's so much harder to be able to get on the road. And that's it surprises me today when bands, I'm 39 years old, and it surprises me when bands form at this age and they have kids and jobs and they're able to tour. It's like, how do you do that? Like, do you have to, schedule time off of work? And it's hard.
I've always wanted to tour. And so I'm really hoping with this album that it's going to allow me to, promote myself to different venues around the country and just go on a tour.
And your music, also the sound that you have, I think it reaches out to such a broad audience, especially because it's soft. I wouldn't say folky at all, but it's what would you like, soft alternative maybe. But then you also swear, which is awesome.
Yeah. So like I'm having a really hard time defining my genre because when I first started, it was very singer-songwriter, like 90s or like who Michelle Branch, Alanis Morissette. I get compared to Alanis Morissette all the time. Jewel, all of the time.
Yep.
But more so, I've developed a lot of rasp in my voice, and that's really gotten to the point where people are like, fuck, this is so good. And I'm like, I don't know how I do it. It just does it. But I completely forgot what I was talking about.
I do that all the time. I sort of got the ADHD. It's an ADHD thing. Go ahead.
My genre of music. So I've started thinking like, could I make it like a grunge folk? Could that be a thing? Like raspy folk? Like, I don't know, grunge folk. I'm gonna coin that, and it's gonna be mine now.
Grunge. I like it. And it's a lot of people don't like to get pigeonholed to a certain genre. They really a lot of bands don't. And you have a unique sound, very, very pretty voice. I mean, it's and the music itself, you got the electric guitar in there. We're going to play this song, To All My Bad Tinder Dates. I love that. You had a lot of bad Tinder dates, like for real.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you about the worst date that really spawned that song after you play it.
Okay. Let's play it right now. Kelly Jean, and this is all of her worst Tinder dates. Fuck you guys.
And girls.
Oh, and girls.
And girls.
Did you think that I would love you just because you're accustomed to pretty women falling at your feet?
There you go.
Wow.
I got goosebumps listening to that song because you can feel like so much emotion in it. It's almost hypnotizing.
I love that. Thank
right?
you.
Woman.
So good. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I like what you say.
Wow.
I like what you say. Check, please, and you never like been more relieved. It's like I don't know if you're talking about a specific date or multiple just horrible Tinder dates, but the way you're able to express that into a song and make it sound that good with the electric guitar and all that is just it's awesome. So tell us about why you wrote this song or specifics to the meanings of some of the lyrics.
All right, so
Hold up.
Yes,
I just gotta
yes.
say, I'm fucking impressed. I was not
Oh.
expecting that.
Well,
You are
thank you.
so soft spoken. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Well, I
I'm
appreciate
down
that.
if that's on Spotify or anything right there, I want a link. If not, shoot me the MP3.
It will be.
I want the song.
It will be in a little bit. Right now, you can only hear it on the campaign page, but
and on the loud spot,
wow,
exclusive
and on the loud spot. Yes, very excited about that.
Exclusively.
Wow.
So
Go
to go
ahead,
back to your
lady.
things session, I would come home from these dates. Like let me back up a little bit. I was married for a little bit. It didn't work out. And then I had a boyfriend for a little bit after that. It didn't work out. And I took a little bit of time off. I was like, I need to heal.
Yeah.
This is too much. Finally, I was like, I'm going to get back out there. So the very first Tinder date that I had, this guy drove up from Berkeley. And as he's driving up, he's calling me. He wants to talk on the phone. And I'm like, I gotta get ready. Like, I'm not here for that. Like, let me just do my thing. I'll see you in like 30 minutes. Okay. So I drive over to the Brass Tap in Vacaville and we're sitting there and I walk in and here's this guy that is easily 15 or 20 years older than his pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked similar, but not a lot. And I was like, this is going to be a problem. And we talked about a couple things that we had already discussed before. I told him that I had just graduated from massage therapy school and I was trying to get into that. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And he's telling me about all of this stuff. And then he asks me, hey, will you give me a back massage? And I'm like, no. Because he meant right then in the bar. And for me, that means you've got to lay down on the table. You got to take off your shirt and I'm going to give you a full back massage.
Right.
But if he had said shoulder, that would have been different, but still I wouldn't have done it. So anyway, after I said that, I was just like, no, I'm not comfortable with that right now. He's just like, okay, check, please.
Check, please. Yeah.
And I was like,
damn.
Really? He's like, yeah, well, you're obviously not into me. And I was like, okay, that's fair. I don't want to have anything go further with you, but
right.
I mean, I thought we were having good conversation. That's fine if you want to go, whatever. So Bill comes. He had originally said he was going to pay, but now he's asked me to go Dutch, and I was like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. Then he walks me out to my car. He tries to hug me, and I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah. Not feeling it, bro.
Right. And I'm just like, thank you so much for a nice conversation. It was nice to meet you. He's like, yeah, you too. So I get my keys out of my purse, get into my car. And as I'm shutting my door, he has jumped into the passenger seat of my car. He takes his shirt off and kicks off his shoes at the same time and turns around and he's like, all right, now you can give me a back massage.
Whoa.
And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And he's like, what? No. Well, how about there's a hotel right there. Let's just go to the hotel. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere with you. You can get out of my car. And it's like,
the hell out of my car.
I'm not going to go anywhere. Will you take me to my car? I'm like, no, you can walk to your car. Get out of my car.
The fuck out of my car.
Like, I didn't know what to do. It was so bizarre. And I felt at that point, I felt so unsafe.
Yeah, you were
here I was.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And that I like drove home to my parents' house. I was like, oh my gosh, what was this?
And probably had a breakdown and cried because that's freaking traumatic. I mean, really.
I was telling my mom
it could have been in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, luckily, I know that there have been way worse Tinder dates than that one.
Yeah,
but that was my worst.
You gotta be careful who you meet online, and I think I tried because I got divorced, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, something like that now. And before I'm married now with my wife, before we got together, I I went on like a Plenty of Fish or one of those dating sites, and I think I went on 2 dates, and I was like, nope, I would rather just go get drunk at a bar and meet someone there than because then I know what they look like. They're there in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people probably want to meet someone in church. I like to meet them at the bar. You know, but
I mean, that's pretty much where I spend all of my time. I hate to say that. I'm not a huge drinker. I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 drinks when I go out. But I play a lot. Yeah, I play shows and I do a lot of open mics. It's a great way to meet people. But yeah, no more Tinder dates.
Yeah, that guy's so lucky it wasn't me because I would have throat punched him.
I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I had some of that.
The nerve of somebody.
You're back to playing shows. I did know. We talked about it. I don't know. I forgot how time flies so fucking fast sometimes.
I know.
But and I hate that. I don't remember if it was a year ago or 6 months ago or something. You'd broken your arm.
Oh my gosh! Right? It was a year ago, and it's whenever the 13th is. That was the date.
3 days.
No. So technically, 4 days before I broke my arm, I passed out in my shower and I knocked out my front tooth.
Oh my God.
And it was horrible. I had to go get like a retainer with like a little tooth on it that I still have to wear it because I haven't been able to get an implant yet. But so, I had to take a couple days off of work for that. And then I was like, all right, I feel better. I'm going to go back to rollerblading because that was how I was getting my exercise. It's something I love to do. And I took a different path than I normally do on the side of the sidewalk, and I was drinking my water. I took my eyes off the sidewalk, and my one skate went into the bark, and the other one went straight. And I like tried to correct myself, and then I like overcorrected, and I fell back, and I just straight onto my wrist. And now I've got this beautiful scar.
Yeah. So then you couldn't play for a little bit then, and I guess that especially, you know what though, maybe it was a good thing. Because maybe they wouldn't have had where you're at now with the plaid dog in your campaign. Sometimes I tell people all the time, taking a break, sometimes people don't realize it could be very good for your musical career because you think
a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so devastated because like I'd already, like it was hard enough with COVID and not being able to play and go out and hanging out with my friends and meeting people. But then once it was taken away from me, physically, I was like, oh no, this is not okay. And so I sped through my physical therapy. My physical therapist was like, I have never seen anybody work so hard to get back to playing like you. If all of my clients could be like you, I would be blessed. And I was like, I'm sitting there doing all of my exercises all the time. I've got this like silly putty I'm squeezing. I'm constantly massaging it. And it's just like, I have to get back to it. And now that I'm there, I'm like, I'm not going to waste this because it's not like a second chance at life. Obviously, it wasn't that drastic, but it was just like, for me, it was a traumatic experience. And I was just like, I gotta do something with this.
Yeah. Are you still going to rollerblade? Like, did you go back to rollerblading?
I've done it 4 times, but I wasn't wearing wrist guards. And not that they were going to prevent me from breaking myself, but at least they would have helped a little bit. So I'm too scared now. I don't want anything bad like that to happen again. I loved it, but I just have to find a different outlet.
Yeah. I rollerbladed for the first time a few years ago for my daughter's birthday. And it's been since, last time I went rollerblading was probably in Fairfield at the skating rink or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? That's what and I've like rollerblades like after like 20 something years. And let me tell you, I got it. Like I didn't even have to like try to go slow. I put them on. I was like gone. Like
was it like riding a bike, Sebastian?
Yeah, I'm better at rollerblading, I think, than riding a bike. To be honest, it's so fun. It is really good exercise. Are you playing? So you're back to doing shows. So do you have like local shows lined up in like little pubs throughout the Sacramento area?
At this time, I think I have one on May 28th. My friend we just had sushi today, and she's like, "Hey, you want to play with me on May 28th?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" But I'm trying to do just one show a month, maybe 2, just because it's so exhausting. All of the effort that it takes to play the shows for me, I get super anxious beforehand.
Are you going to do shows by yourself at acoustic, or are you going to try to have the band with you?
Depends on the venue.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I have a drummer. His name is Alan Coy. He is amazing. I just absolutely love him. I'm currently searching for a bassist and a guitar player. I'd love to have Stephen Markert play with me. He's the one that did the guitar on my song. He's so talented, but he's also super busy. He's in like 3 other bands. So I'm just asking the universe to give me a Stephen.
I mean, I could
clone.
scream on some of your tracks.
I mean, maybe in like the back corner back there.
If people want to donate to your campaign on Plaid Dog, how? I mean, $4,200 raised so far is fantastic. The goal is $10,000 is the goal, and you, whenever someone does donate, you, depending on how much they donate, they get a special little gift from you, like either a note or like is it merchandise, or you tell us about where they can find you on Plaid Dog and what you're giving away when they donate. Okay, so if they go, you have to go specifically to funding.plaiddogrecording.com, and then it's / Kelly Jean debut album. And there's like a hyphen in between each word. And then
it will probably help. I'm sorry. It would probably help also put it into the comment section.
Okay.
With the
I'm going to share that to the Facebook page also. But go ahead, and Kelly.
Yes. Okay. I was going to say also, if you go onto my Instagram, Kelly Jean Sings, my link takes you straight to the campaign page. So
perfect.
You could that might be a little bit easier.
Yes.
But yeah, so you can go on there, and the first video is going to be the campaign video. It's a little bit about me telling my story.
It's cool. I watched it.
I know. I've never done anything like that before. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I flew out to Boston to record the single, and they let me stay in the studio, which was, they have like a little office upstairs. And so I stayed there. And then when everybody went home, I had the whole studio to myself. And they have like a Steinway and Sons baby grand piano and a Wurlitzer and like all of these really cool equipment things. And I was just like messing around with all of it. So when we did the video, I felt really at home there. It was kind of cool. It was just interesting.
I'm going to share that video on the Facebook, on the Loud Spot Crew page. We get people on that watch it. It's very interesting how they did it. They're talking to you. It's like you hear yourself. It's like they're asking you questions and you're responding, but they're only showing your responses. And then they got you playing, and then they got the music in the background, and they show the recording guy. I mean, would you recommend Plaid Dog to anybody who's trying to get their name out there, don't really have all the money to do it? Would you recommend them to help push a campaign?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. They are so professional, and they have their shit together. Like, I've never experienced anything like this before, and working with them has been so amazing. They have all of these like productivity apps that I have to log into every day to post about the campaign. They have templates, they have all of this stuff. It's their business model. And so I'm not allowed to disclose the inner workings of it, but it is so awesome. And without that, I never would have been able to get a studio album recorded because I don't have money. I am a broke girl. Life is life, but
I'm broke.
Yeah, right. So we're all broke, and I don't know. I would definitely recommend it. But you had asked me about the campaign page and all of the perks and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
yes.
When people go to the campaign page, the first video is the campaign video. You scroll down, I've got my story in there, pictures, and then the videos there. And then a little bit lower, you can choose the perks. So you can do $10 for a digital download. I think it's $25. You'll get a physical CD and the stuff from the tier before. And I don't remember all like the price points and what you get on each one, but there's going to be a t-shirt, there's stickers. I'm going to send out handwritten thank you notes to everybody with this really cool comic that my really good friend Mikey drew for me. It's me sitting in a coffee shop with a whole line of guys in front of me dropping off all their baggage.
Oh, cool.
It's super cool. So I'm going to send those with the handwritten lyrics. If you donate, I think it's $250. You can choose any song that you want me to cover, and I'll send you a cover and a video a video of the cover. And then I don't know, there's other levels too.
Dude, I wish I had $250 right now because I'd make you do a cover of some like fucked up song. That's like not even good. Like
it would be really pretty though, because I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
There's I cover Thrice's Black Honey. And it's one of my favorite covers to play. It's such a beautiful song, but then when you hear it acoustic guitar and the way I'm singing it, it brings a whole new light to it. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could cover that and record it.
Awesome. Well, I think you're literally. Dawn was impressed. I was certainly impressed by when you sent it to me last night. I think you sent me the link, and I was like, "This is freaking good, man." I loved it. Dawn, do you have anything you want to ask before we shut this? You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm just saying, keep doing your thing, baby girl, because you are rocking it out. I'm going on there and I'm purchasing that single when it's.
And I hope you forgive me, Kelly, 20 years later of some douchebaggery that I placed
all is
upon
forgiven,
you.
Sebastian.
Awesome.
You've redeemed yourself since then.
Thank you so much. Hey, Kelly, do me a favor, stay there till after the outro song plays, please. I do want to thank everyone who listens to The Loud Spot. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out Kelly and check out her campaign. We're going to post that on our page. It'll be there for anyone that wants to click on the link. Thank you so much. And that's all we got. Peace out. Wait, I fucked it up. Peace out. Rock on. Dawn, where you at? Love. There you go. All right.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does anything that's good really have to end? Yes. Our pin post has to pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.